Hello everyone. I think it's time to start today's opening session. So hello, my name is Youngbin Han I'm from the UbuCon Asia organizing team, and I'm also a current representative of the Ubuntu Korean local community. So thank you for joining us and welcome to the this very first UbuCon Asia. So before we get started with the 2 days of our event, I'd like to give you some overview of our program and our virtual venue. And we also have some few social events. And so I would like to give you some overview of the UbuCon Asia. By the way, I hope you can see the slides very well. So what is UbuCon Asia? What is an Ubuntu? I think most of people here might already know about the Ubuntu and might already heard about the UbuCon Asia. But some of you might never heard about the Ubuntu or UbuCon Asia before, because I saw some people register just about a minute ago. Might be just heard about the UbuCon Asia. So I'd like to give you some short description of the Ubuntu and our UbuCon Asia event. So what's Ubuntu? What is Ubuntu? I just borrowed some sentences from the Ubuntu website. It's basically an Asian African word meaning humanity to others, and it's also a Debian-based Linux distribution that brings this spirit. The Ubuntu Linux distribution started as a Debian-based, easy-to-use Linux desktop, but it now also runs on everywhere for various purposes. Like Linux desktop, you can run on your desktop or laptop and workstation, and it also, of course, it also runs on the server. It also used for running infrastructure. And people use it for on-premise server, and many people these days use Ubuntu for operating their cloud and inside their container. And also, people use Ubuntu to operate their telecommunication infrastructure, and also for small things like embedded devices, appliances, and Internet of Things. And you know that Ubuntu also runs on the Raspberry Pi, so you can run the full Ubuntu desktop on the Raspberry Pi, or you can run the some smaller version, medium version, to build your own IoT devices. And many people these days, there's a Windows subsystem for Linux. You can easily install Linux inside your Windows, and you can easily get started to use. And Ubuntu is also the project is driven by communities around the world. There's numerous local communities in the world. Like just in this UbuCon Asia, there's about 7 local communities are participating to organize the event. We have a local community in Korea, Japan, Taiwan, China, or Indonesia. There's numerous local communities. They're participating Ubuntu project, and they also have localized into various languages. So what is exactly now? It's time to give some description of the UbuCon Asia. Before giving some description, I'd like to give you a background of organizing this event. So when I just became the representative of the Korean community, Ubuntu Korean community in back in 2017, and I saw there's numerous global events. Like in Asia, there's many events like GNOME Asia. There's OpenSUSE Asia. That was my first experience of participating the overseas events. And there's also LibreOffice Asia, PyCon APEC. We have JSConf Asia, Force Asia Summit, and we have so much more Asia events, like global event in the Asia region. But what about UbuCon? Why don't you have a conference for Ubuntu? Well, there is actually the UbuCon already exists in the other continents. Like there's a UbuCon summit in the Southern California Linux Expo, and there's also UbuCon Europe. I heard that the latest edition of the UbuCon Europe was on the Protocol Center, and then also UbuCon Latin America. But what about in Asia? And in Asia, we also have many Ubuntu users. We have many Ubuntu communities in Asia. Why don't you have a kind of UbuCon Asia in here? Since I became the representative of the Ubuntu Korean local community, I've been asking this question myself for many years. But since I didn't have any experience of organizing such a large event, such a huge global event, I literally had no idea of how can I get started with the this kind of global events. So exactly. So also in that day, that was before the COVID-19 pandemic. Most events were offline. I also have any no idea how should I rent the such a large venue, or how should I manage the such a huge scale of the budget. So I couldn't start it with the organizing the event at that time. But after the COVID-19 pandemic, many events they turned into the online events. Of course, unfortunately, people cannot no longer they can meet in person, and they cannot easy to get friendlier and build their own network. But I thought it was also a great chance to get started with organizing the UbuCon Asia, because I thought it would be much easier to organize this. We don't need to rent a large venue to run events. We can do it just online, and people also need to. Attendees also don't need to pay for expensive their flight fees to attend the global events. So last year I started to organize this UbuCon Asia. It wasn't easy because there was no such network between the Ubuntu communities in Asia. I just started to by contacting like nearby some Ubuntu local communities nearby Korea, like Japanese team and Taiwan team and Hong Kong community. And well, it was it wasn't easy process, but somehow we managed to organize this event today. So in this event, there is 12 free and open source communities from 10 regions across Asia. They are participating our organizing team to organize this first UbuCon Asia. So now it's time to give you some more explanation. So UbuCon Asia. So what is this? It's an annual Ubuntu conference that gathers and connects people around the Ubuntu local communities in Asia. And a regional UbuCon Asia, regional UbuCon event, it focuses on the Asian region. And it's a place to meet Ubuntu people in Asia, discuss and share your ideas, your thoughts, and to talk about some Ubuntu and its related open source technologies. Something like how Ubuntu is used on other regions in Asia. How do they use Ubuntu for what purpose? And you might also wonder about what kind of activities are going on the other region. And it's also a place for discussing the common issues in Asia that only Asian people can face the issue when using Ubuntu, such as some character issues. There are various character system in Asia, and also there are keyboard input method issue, like font rendering, and there's also some localization and so much more to discuss about the some common issues in Asia. So since I give you the some background of the UbuCon Asia as an institution, I'd like to give you introduction about our program. So UbuCon Asia this year is basically 2 days event. It starts today and tomorrow. The event hour is 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's based on the UTC +9 time zone, and which is a Korean or Japanese time zone. For the conference, there is 2 rooms in the event day, and there's numerous types of sessions, such as talk sessions, like 30-minute sessions or 45 minutes. There's also workshop session. You can do kind of hands-on session. You can try out in real time. And there's also a panel discussion. We have one panel discussion today. There will be multiple representatives from the Ubuntu local communities and other open source communities in Asia. We have also lightning talks for the virtual venue, and we have the event day, and we have also gathered town to feel like more in person. So what kind of topics in this event we have? We have numerous topics, of course. We have desktop, of course, server infrastructure and cloud. We have topics on the WSL. We have also some topics on localization and accessibility. There's a topic on security and kernel, Internet of Things, embedded, and there's also some case studies about how people actually use Ubuntu in the field, and also some community things, like how people they gather communities, how they organize the events, and also some in the social context, how people use Ubuntu in life, and how do they use for goods. And there's also other numerous topics that we couldn't categorize. So here's some few feature session for day 1 and day 2. For today, right after this opening session, there's a keynote from Ken Van Dyne. He's an engineering manager at Ubuntu Desktop and Canonical. He's gonna talk about some his plan for the upcoming Ubuntu release, and of course, and he also talk about some further for release support and what kind of efforts the Ubuntu Desktop have been doing. And there's also a session about the developing Ubuntu with WSL interoperability tips and tricks. Session by Patrick Wu. He's a Ubuntu desktop software engineer at Canonical. He's on the WS team for developing WSL Ubuntu for WSL. We have Patrick Wu session and the room 2. And we have a panel discussion right before ending. This will be the last session of our day 1. Many representatives from the open source communities in Asia will be participating as panels, including me and Tartika from the OpenStack Indonesia, Asumi Ota from the Raspberry Pi Japan, Ajay Shao from Ubuntu Taiwan, and Khairul Ajat. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronunciation. Ubuntu representative from Ubuntu Myanmar also join our panel discussion, and Hong-Puk from Force Asia will be our moderator. So let's talk about the our feature session about day 2. On day 2, there's a workshop about the Kubernetes. I think many people use Kubernetes on cloud to manage the container application in scale. But get started with the Kubernetes isn't easy, right? There's a workshop to how you can get started with the Kubernetes. There's a micro Kubernetes, which is a lightweight distribution of the Kubernetes. So Koko Ye, he's a representative of the Ubuntu Myanmar local community. So you'll be able to learn how to use micro Kubernetes to build your own Kubernetes cluster. And we have OEM meta packages and Conquer CI session from the $4. He's a software engineer at Canonical, and he's also a member of the Ubuntu Taiwan, and he's also at the same time Debian developer. Lastly, there's a session about the developing integration test with WSL APIs. Jonghyun Nam from the who's a DevOps engineer in DevSystem Corporation will give you the presentation. He's also a organizer of the WSL Korea user group. He's been working on the WSL SDK, which is an open source project, and he's gonna give some presentation about how to use the WSL SDK to write your own integration test. As you know, we also have the our own venue on our GitHub, and I think already many people are participating and having fun on the GitHub. We have also our sponsor and partner community booths on our GitHub. But please note that the booth hours are very different. They very differ by the booth. You can check out booth hours of each booths on our website. Please visit the 2021.ubuconasia.venue for the some details of the our venue. On the virtual booth, we have free sock rotary event, and if you participate on the at each virtual booth actively, you'll be able to enter for the free sock rotary. And so basically, if you participate after you participate the activities and each booth, there will be a step on the each booth, and they will ask you for the event day ticket order number. I'm gonna tell you how can you find that later. And if you give the ticket number to the booth staff, they're gonna enter the lottery for you. Please note that this event is to encourage our attendees to engage with the our sponsor and community partners. So you cannot submit the lottery on the same booth multiple times. If you try to submit the lottery on the same booth multiple times, they will be all marked as duplicates. So please note. And for the organizers, speakers, and volunteers, unfortunately, you cannot participate the free sock lottery event, but instead, we're preparing some dedicated swag quantities for you. So we're gonna let you know after the event. Oh, by the way, you can also buy the swag right away, but you might also want some for free, right? and if you don't want to wait, you can buy. Or if you want to get a free swag by actively participating, we encourage you to participate on our booth. So where to find your event ticket order number? You can easily find it if you have a ticket for the on the event day. First, go to event day. There's a my ticket session, my ticket menu on your menu, on the top menu. And if you go there, you'll be able to see the list of your ticket. Click your tickets, and on the ticket details screen, there's a download invoice button. And if you click it, and you'll be that will give you a PDF invoice. And inside the PDF, there's a ticket number, which looks like this. The format is big O and 10 digits, dash, and another 5 digits. And if the step asks you to ask for the ticket number, you simply give them the your ticket number with the private message. We have also social events right after our panel discussion. That will be treasure hunts on Gather Town, and I'll give you more details about the treasure hunt and the our social event session. Basically, there will be a hidden treasure in our Gather Town, and somewhere you cannot be easily able to find. And if you find it, you'll be able to get a free swag, just like you can get a swag from the by participating booth events. Our UbuCon Asia also, of course, we also have our own code of conduct. This is basically just a Ubuntu code of conduct plus few more additional sections, additional rules. It will it includes some how can you what our organizers need to do, when there's some people that are not nice to each other, and it includes some context about the how you can contact our organizer to get help during the events. The code of conduct, of course, basically applies to anyone participating in our event, and also including our sponsors. The code of conduct, it says what stays is basically be nice to each other and respect each other. Do not discriminate each other, and do not harm each other. And you can find our code of conduct full text on the by scanning our QR code, or by clicking the by following the URL on the below. So let's have a quick look at our virtual venue. Of course, we are using the we're now using the event day, right? You can expand or minimize the left sidebar. If you expand the left sidebar, there's a numerous menu for the all stuff for the our event. There's a schedule. If you click the schedule, of course, it shows you schedule on the event day. And if you click the speakers, it will show you list of our speakers. For exhibition, it shows you some information about our sponsors and partner communities. There's also chat. This is basically integration with the Rocket Chat. If you go to the Rocket Chat, there is a dedicated channel for the our UbuCon Asia events. You can see the name of the channel here, UbuCon-Asia-2021-75AC7F83. And if you want to have some talk on the Rocket Chat, please use this channel. And you can also easily go to Gather Town space. There's a button on the sidebar. Just simply clicking it will bring you to the Gather Town. Our conference will be on the event day Big Blue Button rooms. To join the session, simply, of course, click the room 1 or room 2 to join each rooms. So let's talk about how can we ask some questions to our speakers. There's many types of our sessions. There's pre-recorded sessions. Some sessions are live. Speakers just enter our video call and they just give their speech. And there's also workshop, which is basically a hands-on program. For pre-recorded sessions, in most cases, speakers will be stay on the public chat with you while the video is playing. So you feel free to ask anytime on the public chat. And if the speaker see your questions, they will just answer your questions directly on the public chat. But please note that some number of pre-recorded sessions, speakers might not be on the public chat. In that case, you might consider just contacting the speaker with their contact information, such as email. And for the live sessions, there will be moderators and if you leave your questions on the shared note, there's a shared note on the Big Blue button. And if you write your questions, moderator will pick your questions and ask speaker after the presentation. For the workshop, you will also try to do something during the workshop, right? You need to something like install something like write some program. You need some help during participating in the workshop. In that case, you can just simply ask directly on the public chat. If the speakers are available to answer, they will give you some answers on the chat. We have also there's many numbers of sessions that are giving speech in non-English. Those sessions are those all non-English sessions are pre-recorded sessions, and they're basically a YouTube playback. They also in most cases there will be an English subtitle. So if you want to so in order to understand the context of the sessions in non-English, you need to enable the captions, which can be caption button, which can be found on the right bottom side of the video playback. You might not be able to understand the English subtitle. Maybe you're not good at understanding English. You're not used to English. Some sessions comes with the some other subtitles in other languages, such as the keynotes or opening some welcome messages. They have some Korean subtitles or Chinese subtitles, but in most cases there will be only English subtitles. In that case, you can use the auto translate feature, which is a feature of the YouTube. Of course, the translation of the auto translate isn't perfect, but it will be helpful to understand the context of the session. Gather Town, I think you already know how to use it. If you don't know how to use the Gather Town, there's I will just simply attack the basic usage manual. You can just simply scan the QR code on our site or go to the URL. and so you can know how to use the gather town. When you're on the gather town, you'll be able, you want to get back to event day, right? So that you can go back to event day and join the session. To do that, simply go to there's a room for the there's a room for wait a moment, I need to adjust some microphone. Okay, let's continue. If you press, if you enter the room with this sign, with the kind of room 1 event J or room 2 event J, there's a space for the joining the event J on every places. Just simply go there, and pressing X will bring you to the bring you back to the event J video room. So for some people, it will be the gather town will be a bit heavy for your computer. In that case, you can consider disabling the smart room and smooth movement. That will help you to that will be helpful for reducing some resource usage of the gather town. So let's see. This event won't be able to happen without help from our sponsors. Let me introduce some of our sponsors. We thank you to our event. Thank you to Event Day team for providing their event management infrastructure, and also this big blue button. Thank you for providing event infrastructure, and our supporter sponsor. Thanks to Wattpad Labs. Thank you to our bronze sponsor, National IT Industry Promotion Agency of Korea. And our silver sponsor, thank you CloudMate, Managed Service Expert. And thank you to our gold sponsor, Microsoft. They have a workshop right after the keynote. So I'm very interested. Don't forget to join the workshop. And finally, our diamond sponsor. Thank you, Ubuntu. We don't need any description about this sponsor, right? They have, of course, there's a keynote right after this session, and there's also a workshop on SnapPrep Day. Don't forget to join if you're interested in SnapPrep. We have also part of the communities that help us to spread our events much further and engage with much various attendees, much various audiences. This year's UbuCon Asia event, we have about 8 partner communities, starting from WSL Korea User Group, Kelompok Linux Arek Surabaya, .NET Dev from Korea, OpenStack Korea User Group, Gimpscape ID, Ubuntu Kylin, Ubuntu Unity Remix, and Ubuntu DDE Remix. Thanks to our partner communities for spreading our event and also bringing some various audiences to our events. We also thank you to our individual patrons. We have total 7 patrons this year. We especially thanks to one of our host communities, Ubuntu Japanese local community, for donating their budget for this event. Thanks to our individual patrons, in fact, we don't have any plans about the Gather Town when you started to organize the event, but thanks to individual patrons, we are able to make another plan about the Gather Town. So thank you. We also thank you to our individual patrons. So that's all for the opening session. By the way, if you want to share about our events on the social media, you can use the hashtag UbuCon Asia or hashtag UbuCon Asia 2021. So that's all for our opening session. I hope you enjoyed our very first UbuCon Asia event. Thank you.